Just the other day, a liberal was walking down the beach. He came across an old lamp. He picked it up, he rubbed it out, popped his genie and said, "Y'all get one wish." And the liberal thought for a long minute, and he finally said, "Hey, I wish that I was smarter, a lot smarter." Poof, he became a conservative. Just saying. There's a liberal guy that maybe ain't so smart in Canada, Justin Trudeau. He's a wannabe prime minister, and recently he was interviewed by a woman reporter in Toronto, and I wanted to share some of the questions and answers with you. Question: a woman comes to you, Mr. Trudeau. She says she's pregnant with a girl and she wants to terminate the life of the child because it's a girl. What would you say to that? My position has been very clear. The Liberal Party is a party standing up for people's rights. And the Liberal Party will always be the party standing up for people's rights. So we will continue to stand up for people's rights, and we will not legislate rights away from the people. So to be clear, the woman then said, you wouldn't discourage her from having an abortion because it's a girl. His answer then was this: my role as a leader of the Liberal Party is to make sure the Canadian legislature respects people's rights, and that's what I will continue to do. I don't think the government should be in the business of legislating away people's rights, and that's why the Liberal Party is steadfast in this position. He used the word right 6 times. This is coming from a left-wing guy. He's kind of abusing our verbiage, don't you think? Also in Canada, you know, and other places in the world too, of course, when you hear the term or the verbiage first responder, you think, hey, that's great, somebody's coming to save me, when in fact they're really not and cannot be first responders, particularly in the context of police. In Canada, it's meant, of course, that they respond first to a threatening situation, meaning that you as a citizen don't have the right. You cannot look after your life. It's against law. You don't have the right. Oh, rights. I forgot about that. The liberal people say, elect me because we'll give you rights. Not so fast. You don't have a right. Contrary to popular thought, in Canada, they're the second responder. I'm talking about the police still, because when somebody breaks into your home, would you rather have a cop on the phone or a gun in your hand? It's your right to defend your life. I do not accept the position that government can legislate away the fundamental right of self-protection. They have done that in Canada. Unbelievable. Who did it? I know, Trudeau. The first Trudeau. Now the second Trudeau says, I want to maintain that, but you got rights. It's like Hillary Clinton. I believe in the Second Amendment, but y'all can't have guns. I mean, that's the liberal mind. Lost my head there. They don't have a mind. Martin Luther King said this: a bad law must be disobeyed. He referred to segregation laws, of course. He broke the law. He broke the law. Pretty cool. Hey, he's a hero. He's not a bad person. He's a hero. We need to do that as well with guns and gun laws, and in Canada, that fundamental right to defend your life. In Edmonton, I'm jumping here now, and away we go in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Recently, the candidate for the leadership to be Premier, Jim Prentice, he has said, I will introduce legislation to outlaw sole source contracts, ban lobbyists for the province to work with the province, ban all of the people who get in the way of free enterprise, basically, because we don't trust politicians. This is a guy that is a politician. He's a banker as well. He'll fit right in with Alberta because they own a bank. That's a little left-leaning, don't you think? But you know what? It goes on and on. Now, if he actually gets the nod in September, or whoever does, they get to be premier, and the people didn't vote for them, and likely they'll be premier for a couple or 3 years. Not very nice and not very fair. California, guns, back to that, and unfairness. He got that nut job here recently who went out and he killed a bunch of people and hurt others. He stabbed 3 people. That was the beginning of it. And then went out shooting people. He hurt 13 people with cars, knives, and guns, and killed people with knives and guns. And you got liberals now saying, hey, let's get rid of guns. It just doesn't end, does it? Doesn't make any sense. It's a terrible tragedy, but for heaven's sakes, wait till after the funeral before you start talking about banning guns. What about the what about the knife registry? Should we have one of them? I don't think so. Liberals, they kind of make me crazy. Politically right is right and left is wrong. Hey, I'll come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.